What up, though, homies and homies? It's your homeboy Grand Tizzle, and we are back. I'm here to keep you pumped up, keep you educated, keep you inspired with the madness. That's right, I call it the madness because everything in life is definitely mad. Anyway, fam, check it out. We're going to do, this is going to be a freebie, and I'm going to be giving you some really powerful tips. This is going to be another flyer tutorial, and I know we're going to get back to our music, but I have to cover a few points here in flyer designs and things like that, and try my best to kind of cover the most popular style flyers, and then we'll get off into some other good things later on. But this one is going to be a white party flyer. White party flyers is very popular because majority of the people in the world, in the country, in this United States, all the way across the globe, throw a lot of white parties, especially over Africa, Jamaica, different things like that. I had somebody had me do a flyer in China, so they do a lot of that down there. Give me 1 second. All right, my headphones was kind of loud, looked like we had a little bleed going on. Anyway, fam, I'm going to attempt to put together something really fast, and I'm going to use something called styles in this one, and you'll see what I'm talking about, and I'm going to make some of those styles available to you. I'm also going to do some separate tutorials teaching you how to create your own styles. Now, styles is really cool because you can use it as text themes, and which we're going to do here. But for the most part, it's really quick. It take about, I don't know, somewhere between an hour and a half, maybe 2 hours long to create a style. But the good news about a style is once the style is created, that's it, and it's magical. So you'll see what I'm talking about. So the first thing I'm going to do is just kind of concentrate on the white party design flyer. So we're just going to pull up a few elements and kind of stick them into place. So let's do that now. Let me get my background music going. You're going to hear something different. Sometimes I just play frequencies and tones just to meditate and relax and get into a creative zone, but you're going to hear music. Anywho, let's go ahead and get it started. All right, so we're going to go in here and dig up into here and dig into my reference folder, and we're going to go into lifestyle, and I'm going to pick out some balloons and such. All right, I think we can go with this here. Or this. And let's extract these. Of course, we got a rasterizer. Hold on. All right, let's right click and rasterize that puppy boy right there, and go ahead and delete that. All right, so we got that popping, and we want to keep this pretty simple. So this will be the background element. The good thing about white party flyers, fam, is that you really don't have a whole lot to do because it's a white party flyer. You know what I'm saying? All right, let's find some. Let's get the. Let's see. Should we get the gold speakers? I know we got to get those. We're going to use that here. Let me put that in there. And that's perfect. And let's do something else here. That won't hurt. It's a white party. You know what I mean? And as we pulling out our elements, Patron is always good. As we digging out our elements, fam, Depending on, here we can always get a white chair. That's awesome. And maybe this. We might not use it, but I'm gonna pull it up. And you know what? Let's you know, I'm gonna desaturate this, but let's actually make the cherries a different color, right? So I'm gonna select that, hold Control Shift here. Let's see. Let me just trying to find a fast way to extract these cherries. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna select one cherry, right? Because I'm really trying my best to do this fast as possible, right? All right, that's good. Well, right click, make a selection of that cherry, right? Okay, we're gonna need to rasterize this layer, so let's do that. And let me hold Control C, copy, and Control V, right? And let's make this cherry. Let's drag and make another cherry, right? And then let's drag and make another cherry. And what we'll do is I'm going to hold Control E and select all three of them, right? And then let's go up here and you know, adjust some levels here. So let's darken them. Maybe darken that, and then let's go into our RGB and kind of pour some colors until we can turn this red into orange. So red is a part of the orange family, so we can keep it there. If we push the greens a little bit, see, we can kind of get a little bit of orange, and then more than likely pour the blues. We get closer to orange. And then something else we can do, if we hold Control and click there, fam, and create another layer, we can actually kind of just paint that orange all together. So let's kind of fill that up with orange, and then we can use our you know, we can use something like our color burn. I know it still seems red, but you know what? It's better than nothing. Okay, and let's pull it back. Okay. You know what's funny? Before I added all this, fam, it actually already looked orange. Look at that. I'm doing too much. But the idea is to make that orange. Hold Control E, blend that in, and oh, sorry. Here, let me back that up. Okay, so the whole purpose of me doing this was to take this cocktail, desaturate it. That's what the whole idea. So let me deselect. We're going to desaturate that so that can be a black and white image. So we'll go to our adjustments, desaturate. There we go. And then we go to our levels and kind of make it pop like it was supposed to be desaturated, like that. All right. There we go. And then we can bring our orange element back in there. Okay, good. And now let's hold Control EE. And now we got that, just like so. Okay, beautiful. All right, I think we're pretty much there. We can use some disco balls. So let's dig that up here. Let's pull that one up, and let's rasterize. And then we'll do something like we'll go to adjustments, saturation, and we'll pull it down to until it's not like black and white, but it got some color, but you can't just determine or distinguish what the color is. Right? That's better. Okay, that's good. Okay. So we got some crystal balls popping off. We got the little moon in the background. I don't know what we're gonna do that. Now we gotta have a human. So let's place somebody there. But let me see. Let's put a diamond in there, and I'll explain to you why we're gonna put the diamond in there later. But that's gonna work for what we need to do. Now keep in mind, fam, we got to do levels. Levels is going to take all those different variations of colors and make them one. So we'll figure that out. Don't trip on it yet. All right, so let me look through and make sure that we got all these things laid out. Okay, and let me get some human beings up in the place to be. So let's get a body colored vixen. Body colored. So what I mean is this the skin complexion is really going to pop. We want a golden body figure. All right, I think that I'm going to use I'll see who I'm gonna use right now, but this is actually a good one. This is actually pretty good because the white bikini. But the one I was going to use was going to be, I will use this, but she's just way too naked. And we're not trying to do a naked party, but this one right here. So, you know, let me place it in here and kind of see how it feels. Yeah, I really like this. Because of the tone. The tone is really going to pop the flyer, right? So let's just go ahead and use that. We had used that other artist, or, you know, model. Actually a couple times. So we'll stick with this. All right, so we're gonna place her there, and let me kind of just start cutting everything off so we can kind of see what we got in context. Okay, now something I want to say real quick. The background is very, very important that you pay attention to the color of what you do in the background. It's something about when you do this properly, like I just hit a darker gray, right? The silhouette really lends to the sophisticated or the expensiveness of the flyer or the event, right? So I want you to keep that in mind. Like, don't take that light. Don't take light of that. Something like that. That's really important. You know what I'm saying? All right, so let's go ahead and let me rasterize this so we can work with that. And we'll just knock off the edges of the bottom there. All right, so we're on to something. So let's pull up the balloons here. Perfect. And we want these balloons is kind of they're pretty saturated. So I kind of want to desaturate it a little. And the shape of them I'm not really feeling. But let me kind of adjust the saturation on this a little bit. So let's go to saturation. All right, we'll put a saturation down here a little bit because we really want both of them to blend together. Now let me see if the color is correct. We'll adjust the hue just a little bit so we can kind of get a. All right, so since we pulled the color out, let's go back to adjustments and kind of bump up the levels so that we can, it's saturated but it's not saturated in color, you know what I mean? It's not a bright saturated color. I'm gonna put this right here. Okay. And let's bring up the levels a little more. Levels kind of, when you darken the dark shadows and levels, it kind of bring up the saturation a little. So keep that in mind. We can brighten it up a little. All right, sorry about that, y'all. All right, and let's kind of make another layer so we can kind of shape this a little bit, kind of how I want it. And I don't want this side looking like that. I kind of want it moving a little. So we'll kind of just erase that. And let's make another layer. Let's pull it under. Hold shift and move it over. And basically I just want some variation, right? And so maybe we can shrink it. Something like that. Okay, that's good. And I think I want to, what I want to do is erase. It's not necessary for you guys, but it's just something that I wanted to do. And we right click, make a selection of that, and then delete. All right, so it's a little bit of variation there, and that's exactly what I was looking for. Okay, so we good with that. And let's adjust her body just a little bit. And maybe let's pull some yeah, there we go. Let's pull some saturation to make her brown, a little bit more brown, and then let's bump up the levels so we can kind of saturate that part better, much better. Okay, beautiful. Okay, so we got the lead of the theme kind of covered. Now let's see what other elements we got up in here. Some diamonds. So I'm gonna show you what I'm talking about when I say work with the colors of the diamonds and things. First, let's erase this background here. Coverpsd.com. Anyway, I just shout out to them for the item that I have. All right, so we can kind of work with that. Let's go in here to adjustments, levels. Let's bring the levels up in that. And this needs some adjustments. As you see, the tonality of it is green, but as you see, we pull a little bit of that green out. See what's happening? So adjust that. Maybe we pull some green down just a little. And blue. Okay, that's kind of okay right there. It looked like it need a little bit more, so we're gonna go to saturation and pull that down a little. Good. That's perfect. Okay. So now we can make some more copies. So double up on some layers and just have variations, sizes. Make another. All right, and maybe we'll put some more in there later. All right, so to give the background some slight variation, one of the things that we can do is put some clouds back there. So let's go ahead and place a cloud in. So I have some environments here. Just atmosphere. Let's see. All right. Yeah. So I don't know where my clouds are, but we're gonna figure that out. Oh, there they go. Bam, boy. Quit playing games right now. Oh, these ain't even the clouds I can use. Nope. So give me a second. Let me go to Google University and find me some clouds, fam. Hold on. Actually, I ain't even got to do that, fam. You know why? Hold on. Because I got cloud brushes, fam. And if you part of the team, you do too. All right. All right. So let me go ahead and get these cloud brushes. Where are they? See, I got smoke brushes. Actually, I could probably use smoke, you know? But, where's my clouds? You know, let me use, actually, I can use smoke. The idea, fam, is to put texture back there. So it don't have to be clouds. It don't have to be, there goes some clouds right there. Here, let me get that. There we go. No, I don't like that. It could be clouds. It could be water. You know what I'm saying? Let's see what we have here. Let's try. Oh, that might be water. Is that water? Yeah, that actually looked like water, y'all. But guess what? We're going to treat it like they're clouds. So don't trip. Don't trip. All right. No. That ain't it, fam. Oh, man, I'm sorry. Let's see here. Those must be something else, and we're gonna figure out what that is later. Meanwhile, I got smoke, I got clouds, and we're gonna use something with texture. That's the primary thing. All right, so just give me a second, and we're gonna find right. You know what? Let's use some smoke. Let's use some smoke. Now that's too big. You gotta shrink it down. So if you hold the left bracket, you shrink down your brush. Always remember that. All right. Oh, there we go. That's good. That's nice right there. Let's change the color. Right. Change the color. Put something there. Something there. None would be the wiser. All right. And then one more. And maybe we can put it there. Okay, that's good. Now, you know, it's going to be covered up, right? Matter of fact, hey, dig this. We're going to adjust the opacity on that. There we go. Right, there we go. That's popping, right? We halfway there. All right. Okay, so with that, where's our bottles? What else we got up in here? Okay, we got the Disco Bills Nose. Let's work with the Disco Bills Nose, and we'll put let's say you know, one back here, right? Okay, let's work with the saturation on that. Let's see if we can pull. I like the color, but So we'll adjust the brightness and lightness on that. Kind of just put a few little things in there. Hold control, you know, shrink a few sizes, you know what I mean, like so. Give it a little slight variation. We'll bring one over here, and let's make another one. Select the bottom layer, and, you know, make a little something. Nothing wrong with that, you know what I mean. Okay. All right, we got something popping. Now let's go ahead and put a little splash of something. We got that. Let's see what else we got up in here. We got this, right? So let me pull this to the front and see what we can do with this here. Now it's looking like I might want to put a splash of madness, right? So I'm gonna show you what I'm talking about when I say a splash of madness. Look at that, it's opaque, you know what I'm saying? The splash of madness here, we'll select a layer under the glass, create a layer, let's call it splash. Now me, you know, it's a better practice, fam, to always name your layer so that you won't get lost in the world of drama and Obama and madness. But I don't care, you know what I'm saying? I do 1,000 layers and, you know, call it a day. I don't fuss about it, right? But you might want to, if you think you can't, you know, keep up. But anyway, here's my splash of madness right there. So let me back this up. We're going to make this here. Let's make this first. Here, let me make it a dark. Let me make it dark first, right? And the dark is so that when I do the light, so it's tricky because you got to get right there. Right there. So the reason why I do the dark is so that you can actually see the light, right? Because if I just did the light without the background, it's going to be too transparent, you know what I mean? You know. So anyway, just a little tip, a smaller tip. All right, so we got that happening, and maybe we can put this splash like behind her arm, right? And then I guess if we do that, we also got to put the cocktail behind her arm too. Okay, that's nice. Okay, and we got that happening, and then let's just go ahead and like add a bottle. But let's see what else we got up in here. We got the chair. I don't think we're gonna need this, but let me work with it anyway, see what we can come up with. See, so the issue, I guess the problem would be that you know, so much stuff in there you really can't see it, but I guess it's not looking too shabby, so let's go on and keep it. But what we need to do now, it got a tint of blue, as you see. So let's go to our levels. Let me rasterize it. Right click, rasterize. Let's go to our levels. And then let's pull some of that blue. So let's go to our blue channel and kind of pull some of that. Now we'll notice if we pull too much, it's turning green. So we want to be balanced with what we pull. But we want to pull it to, let's go to our green channel. So we just need very slight. Actually, here, let's do this. Let's sometime if you can't pull it with the levels, or if it's giving you too much trouble, you can always kind of just go to saturation. Just pull it back a little bit. Right, that's good. You want a slight tint to it so it won't come knockoffish, right? Now let's go up into adjustments and adjust the levels. We'll bring that up so that can be like really popping white. Put some shadow to it so we can, add some, you know, contrast, dark contrast to it so we can actually see the outlines and things like that. All right. So we're good to go there. So I guess the chair is not, I guess it's, being cool. I guess it's not fussy, right? All right, it looked like we might need another ball right there. So let's create another layer. Hold shift, drag that boy over there and see how that's working out. All right, that might be okay. I'm gonna only keep it like there for now because I'm still in the making. I'm still in the works of things. All right. If it need to be pulled, I'll pull it. Let's shrink it so we can see the ball behind it. Something else I would like to do is like put a shadow back there. But I think I want to do the shadow differently. I'm gonna select it. I'm gonna create a layer under it, and then I'm gonna create my own shadow. So I'm gonna go to the paint brushes here and just get the fuzzy brush, and I'm gonna get like a dark layer here. Zoom in, then shrink it, and kind of. Oh, wait a minute, what's happening here? Oh, let me invert that. There we go. Yeah, let me back that up, because it's not gonna cast shadow in the air. It's only gonna cast shadow on the other balloons. All right, see that? All right, so that kind of just really makes it separates it, makes it stand out, and it gives it this certain depth. You know what I mean? It's giving it depth. Okay, fam. Everything is really looking good so far. Let's see what else elements we pulled up. We pulled the Patron bottle. Let's see if the Patron bottle can fit in there somewhere. Maybe yes, maybe not. We don't know, but let's see. So we'll shrink this boy. Maybe we can put it there. I'm not really sure. I guess that's okay. All right, yeah, that's okay. That's good right there. Right. And then here, let's rasterize that in case we want to do something with that later. And is that all the elements? What else we got here? We got the moon back there. Do we put the moon, y'all? Not the moon. It's the earth. Yeah, that's the moon. Do we put the moon back there? Yeah, let me select that. We can, and then we don't have to. I guess it makes it seem as a powerful thing, right? Let's see. You know what? These is one of those things where you use personal discretion. I don't really want to do too much. Let's see what we got. What else we got? Oh, these. Hey, let me move that moon right now, and let me kind of just focus on these champagne glasses here, right? And the only reason, for real, is because I have some gold little twirlies up in there. Now, what is a gold twirly? Don't ask. Don't ask, won't tell. All right. So now let's find a home for this. We can't actually, you know what? The home for this actually may be right here. I think I like those better than this. So I'm gonna mute that and pull these two back. And I think this is more classier. And let's go to our adjustments. Here, let me rasterize that. And go to adjustments and kind of get some things popping with our levels. So we're kind of darken it. Sorry about that. We'll darken it and brighten it. And maybe we can pull it back here, shrink it, right? You know, because we do want it to be like an exciting event, right? Pull it back here, pull it behind a few elements, and see how it works out. All right. All right. I think that's actually might be okay, right? That might be all right. So with that being said, we have the foundation in works. Now let's do something like we'll add a few more elements right here. Let me click that so we can lay that down. We'll create a layer, and we're going to add some other supplementary elements. So that could be smoke, it could be dispersion. So let me shrink this down here. So just some explosion. So we'll pick white, and I'll kind of just some little dots there. And it's just it really don't have to be there. It's really supplementary. You know what I mean? All right. And since we don't have nothing down here, let's go ahead and put some cloud smoke down there. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna pick this water. I really like that water. And we can kind of just explode it like that. Here, let me. All right, something like that. And then we can go back in here with the white splash. Something like so. And we don't really want it to overkill, right? But we still got to put some information down there. All right, let's put opacity back just a little bit, so it's not really sticking out. But like right now, if you look, this is really nice and popping. We haven't put the fonts or text there and things like that, but for the most part, it's really doing what it needs to do. It's doing exactly what it needs to do. So with that being said, let's go ahead and start adding the fonts or the wording and things like that. So we're going to start off by saying, let's see, white party. White party. And all right, we really wanted to stand out. So what we're going to do is take out party, emphasize on white, right? All right, so the font is this big. Now what we're going to do is just go over here and just drop one of these on it. Just click it, and we got our themes already happening here. Okay, let me try gold. All right, let me try this gold. All right, we're going to zoom into that. All right. Oh, sorry about that. So, I have some of these. Let me show y'all this real quick. Here, let me delete that. This is what I got, and these is what I've been working with, right? These are actions or styles that are already created. So what I'm gonna do is, the size of the styles is pretty big, and that's the reason why the styles wasn't acting right there, because the size there is pretty little. So we're gonna just select one of the styles that are already created, and I'm gonna just type white there. All right. And I might not use this. I'm gonna see how this looks when I blow it up. Okay, that's one. And then we got this golden here. Let me see this. Okay, kind of like that. Not 100% sure if we're gonna keep that, but what I will do is just drag and drop this from here to the file that I got. So we'll drag and drop that over here. Now what I'm gonna need to do so I can keep this style, I'm gonna need to hit enter and create another layer. Select the top layer, hold Control E. Oh shoot, that didn't actually. Let me paint this layer black. Hold on, let me do this real quick. Select this, because for you to be able to see that the way I created it, it should be black under it. But I'm gonna show you how we're gonna work this. So I'm gonna select black. I'm gonna paint inside black and deselect, and then I'm gonna put a border around that black. So we'll go to layer, stroke, and I'm simply gonna blow the stroke up so that you can see the actual effect. There we go. I'm gonna hold Control. Now I'm gonna hit Control E and merge it down. So don't worry about that black. We're gonna move it, adjust it. But the reason why is because when you produce all right, sorry about that. When you produce styles change based on the size. So when you have a certain size, your style is going to change. All right, so what I'm gonna do here is take my selector and let's drop the tolerance to like 22. And we're just going to delete the border. All right, so we got the theme going down on there. Now, I'm not 100% sure if we're going to keep this. I kind of just pulled it up so I can see if this is what we're going to work with. So white party, that's okay. I'm going to if you look at this here, you see how this diamond is looking, and I'm really liking how that diamond is looking. So I'm going to possibly change that. Let's see what this diamond look like. White. Okay, so that's looking good. But again, it's going against the black background. It's not going to look the same when it's moved. So we got to keep a black background border there. So we keep that in mind. So we'll drag this white. And let's kind of just mute that for now. And we see what we're working with here. Okay, so all right, so I'm just kind of thinking out loud here. Let's create another layer. We're gonna put black under it. All right. And let me take this and expand it. So let's expand it, let's say 8 pixels. And then let's paint under that. See what we're working with. Let's invert. All right, so that's what we're working with. Let's see. All right, so I think that actually might be working. Let me hit deselect and we'll select this and put like a border around it to widen it out. Stroke. All right, because basically we just really want it to see the outer line borders. And maybe, let's see here. Okay. That's okay for now. Okay, we'll make some adjustments there. All right, so what we do right here, create another layer. Hold Control E. And then Control E. So that way we can kind of keep all this information locked. So now when we shrink it, we keep everything where it is, right? All right. So I'm liking this. Oh, what happened to the rest? All right, so what we need to do is, I got some styles that I want to use, but when I started this project, I started the project too small. If you look at canvas size, if you look at the pixels, it's pretty small. Generally, I would have it above 1,000, but since this is so small and my styles was created on a larger size, we need to create a separate file for what I'm gonna use these styles here. I got these styles already created, and we're just going to use those to kind of speed up the sessions. I'm gonna show you how to create your own styles. But what we're going to do here is we're going to, let's see, I'll hold Control. I'm gonna copy the size over here, Control C, and create because you see the style here is 1500 by 400. So if I click OK, you see this is the size. If I hold Control V, you see that you know, we've been painted the style right here. This is the font that I decided to use, and we're just gonna click on the style here so that you can see the full style. I'm gonna go ahead and paint the background black so you can see the borders and things like that. All right, so that's one style. This is a oh, sorry, here. So that's one style. That's another style. That's another style. That's another. And then that one. So I think I might stick with that one or this one. For now, I'm gonna stick with this one. So I'm gonna hold Control and click, and that created a selection. So that I can be able to pick up this outside border, we need to kind of expand that selection. So I'll go over to modify, expand it, and we'll expand it about 11 pixels. So now we see that it not only has the lettering, but it also has the border around the font. So if we hold Control E, we see that we merge that layer down to the background layer, and then we can simply hold Control C and copy white, and then just paste it here. So as you see, this is how big it is. That's how big it is. So and that's so that the style can play better. Next time, I'll just remember to make the flyer size bigger so I wouldn't have any style issues. So we're gonna just work with this. This is cool, right? So it really look popping. I'm going to go over to adjustments here. Let's go ahead and move that. Oops, what happened? Step back. Oh my goodness, sorry about that, Tron. All right. Okay. So I need to do some adjusting to the font here, so that it can kind of blend. It's a little, it got its own tint. So we're going to work with the tint. Look like you got a green tint, so we'll first work with that. And then let's see, it look like you got a blue tint. Look like some very minor adjustments is all we need. And maybe some desaturation. The only reason I really don't want to do a lot of desaturation is because the glitch that's already in it, we really want to keep the color there. All right, that look like that's okay. Let's put a filter and sharpen that back up a little. All right, that's nice. White. And what we can do here is use another one of my styles, and we can put party. White party. And what we do here is just hold control, copy, and create a new layer. And just paste party there, control V. Let's make the background back, or the background black. And then we'll put the style in there. All right, so we use this style, and we'll work with that. I'm gonna go in here and kind of tighten up a few things. So let's say the stroke, maybe we can shrink the stroke a little, and I guess the gradient, do something like that, and maybe for the angle, all right, I kind of wanted something up there. All right, I think something like that. All right, that is going to have to do for now. So we hold control click so we can select it, and then we will expand it by 11 pixels, or actually this look like that might be 13. We'll overshoot it. Okay. Yeah, let me do this. Let me deselect this, shrink this down a little. All right, let's do that again. Expand it. 13 pixels. And hold control E, smash it, copy it, hold control C, and then we'll paste it into this page. All right. That works. And we'll do it a little something like that. It could be better, but you know, kind of working on a little time constraint. All right, and what I'm gonna do is kind of pump up the vibrancy, the saturation, because we want the colors to be closer to what's happening already up there. And to make all of this pop off, Of course, we got to go in there and add our glints and glows and things like that. All right. And what we can do really honestly is kind of just pull elements from over here. Let me hit deselect, and we'll just kind of pull elements, because this is exactly what I would do. I would go to the internet and pull those elements. We pretty much just got three, right? One right there. All right, and then let's kind of just work that inside the place. Now, although the thing about it, fam, although the styles really look good, you still have to, it's very important that you add the glints so that your elements can really look realistic. If you don't add this, it's still going to kind of come off cartoonish. All right, so just bear that in mind when you putting together these fonts. It's the whole package. It's just not just the one, the theme or whatever. It's the whole totality of it. All right. Okay. So with something like this, whenever you see like a border around that, kind of want to adjust the levels. Make it a little darker, make all that disappear. And if you want to add more color, you kind of just bring that darker down. All right. All right, so we can pretty much place this wherever we want. You see? We'll put that there. We're going to be using that quite a few times, so sorry about that. Make another layer. Pop it here. We'll pop that there. Let's pop these colors around a little bit. Sorry about that, man. I keep making the layers wrong. I'm turning it into groups. Sheesh. I don't want to group. All right. So one right here. And maybe one right there. One right there. And of course we'll put some up there. And we really want this popping. This is gonna be all over the place. We already know it. That's nice right there, of course. And we have something like that right there. And now we got to get this happening. All right. It's always nice to put some pops up in there. Now, something that I encourage you to do, I'm going to show you 1 second. Sometime I encourage you to actually go to the internet to get some of those shines. Yeah, let me see what we got here. Okay. Because they're made differently than how Photoshop would make them. So what I mean is, I'm going to do a layer here, and we're going to go to our linear dodge, and I'm gonna pick a color, which is our orange theme here. We're gonna be kind of sticking with gold. We get a brush, and we get a fade here, and I'm gonna show you something. So let's say right here, We hit that there, right? That's nice and bright, right? Let's pick another spot, like we'll pick there. Here, let me back that up. Well, let's pick here. Glow there, glow there, and glow there. Okay. And let's kind of maybe there. Okay. So the thing is this: when you use Photoshop version of the glow, it don't come out as hot than if you was to use, let me show you real quick, than if you was to use one of these. The flares from like online, like I'm gonna hit this, I'm gonna copy this, and I'm gonna paste it anywhere here. Let's paste it there. This acts completely different if I was to hit the linear dodge. The color is more vivid. The color is way more vivid. It's kind of big there. Yeah, let's shrink it down. But you see the colors more. And especially if I kind of use something like screen. If I use screen, you really can see the colors, and it really is just gonna act like totally different than if I was using Photoshop. So I just want you to keep that in mind. It's just how Photoshop treat these outside sources. All right, and then let's add a few more. Maybe right here. I don't know. Let's say there. All right. So this is really nice. We're pretty much there, and then of course I just want to, go up in here and just add certain things. You know, my boy, I'm always using his name. Let's say DJ Flex. Okay, so we're gonna change the fonts, of course. Yeah, let's get back up in here. All right, DJ Flex. We're going to use the infamous fonts that's used for this, which is either Bebas New or Built. So let's go up here and find it. Let's go to our B's, and we can see we got the Bebas New right there. Or there's another one which is Built. Built titling, and this is a really good strong one. And we'll go ahead and make this black. Shrink this down. DJ Flex, and we'll do something like hosting tables, and we'll shrink this down so it's not overriding the host name, and keep matters simple. We'll copy it, shift, and then that'll be it's always two DJs, so here be DJ Tone. All right, and we got the white party, and we gotta have the date. So let's copy this. We use the same font and text for that. Hold shift and drag that boy down here. And we're going to give them the date, which would be, August 29th, 2019. All right. And we'll blow that up. All right, and then we'll of course DJ Flex gonna be there, and let's do a 99 DJ Tone, Line and Grand Tizzle. Sheesh, skip it. I'll be there too. Forget it. All right, we'll change the font up a little bit, make it happy and fun. So we'll say something like maybe we can give it this expensive vibe. Let's see, something like that. All right. And let's give it a divider or separator. So you can do something like make a fat line, paint inside. Yeah, sorry about that. Make a layer, paint inside. Okay. And we'll make that about 1 to 2 pixels tall. We really want to make it thin, so let's zoom in there and make it. See, right now it's 3 pixels. Usually 2 to 1 pixel is ideal. The thinner the pixel, the more sophisticated it look. Keep that in mind. But too thin is gonna make it disappear, so you want to keep that in mind. This is cool, right? We really want to make it funky. We can go in here and brush the edges. All right. So let's fade that edge, fade that edge. So it's really funky now, right? Want to make it super funky? You can make another layer, push it down, 2 lines. All right, and that pretty much wraps it up. They're gotta put an address there. So it's gonna be, let's say, tickets, $1,000. Doors open 10, and 10 to 4 in the morning. You know what I mean? 10 to 4 a.m. Boom, party's live. Ages 16 and up. All right, you know what kind of party that is, but you know, here's what it is. I'm just going to shrink this down here. Right, so that's kind of big. Let's shrink that. Put a little more information in there. $16. You know, we got free drinks. You know, free parking. And I didn't say what type of drinks, so don't trip on me. And last but not least, we got to give it an address. So let's go ahead and take this layer. We'll copy this, drag this boy down, give it an address. It's always at a Club Millennium. And they don't know how to spell it. You know what I mean? They spell it wrong because they from the hood. I'm from the hood. I don't know. How you spell Club Millennium? Millennium. I don't know, man. You know, 14 Tennessee, Clementine, you know, Rye, you know what I mean, Clinton, you know, Minion, you know, sex, you know what I mean. And that wraps it up, fam. And that's it. So now you got you a nice, cool, fun white party event. We got some diamonds floating around. Maybe I could have threw some doves in there if I really wanted to make it feel like a funeral. And that's it, fam. So I hope you guys benefited from this session. Come back very shortly because I'm going to show you how we can produce these styles here, so that we can just type something in and just hit one button and bam, we got everything already laid out. All right, fam, I'm going to wrap this session up. There's more where this come from. If you want to learn more deep detail, you know, we kind of had a little bit of fun right here, kind of slap some things together. But if you really want to go get into deep detail, in depth, make sure you pick up the series that's coming out. And I'll post a link at the bottom and maybe at the end of this video. All right. So thank you for watching. Until the next time, I'll see you in a minute. I'll see you when I spin it. Peace.